CTB. You know who it is.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Concise Department. We are back with another haircut tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be doing a comb over with some beard work. So let's get into this video. For this haircut, I'm going to be starting off with the FX3 clipper. I have the blade completely closed, and this is how I'm setting up the bald area. I'm removing majority of the bulk, and I will be coming right under that with the trimmer and then the shaver. So right now what I'm doing is removing the bulk up top. I have a number 2 guard. If it's not a 2 guard, it's definitely a 3 guard. And I'm just using that, going straight up off the parietal ridge, clearing up all this bulk so we can start with the fade. And I like to debulk the top and the bottom first before I start fading, so you guys can see the system nice and clean. And as you guys see how I'm using the comb to keep me from not digging in too much when it comes to the top, so it can blend in really nice and well. Now I have my saber trimmers, and I'm just cleaning up right at that bald area where I started, and then I'm going to use the shavers right after that. Since I have the trimmers in my hand, I am going to trim up the beard in the front line. And I don't do this all the time, but I think that sometimes when barbers see, different techniques, it might be able to help them because their mind might work that way better than some of the things that you see some other time. So this is me just switching it up just cause, and hopefully this just helps somebody else out with their technique. All right, now I'm using my Rebel shaver to clean up right under the area that I use my saber trimmers. And from here, we're going to start doing my fading system. And to y'all, this might look like a long process, and it might be for some, but I like this process because it honestly makes my fading system a lot faster. I take less time fading when I set and prep the hair up the right way, like how I do. Okay, so right now I'm still using the FX3 clipper, and I have the blade completely open. Then I do 2 clicks, which will be halfway, and then 2 more clicks which will be completely closed. Get this area nice and faded out so I don't have to worry about this bottom line. And then I will probably either use the 1.5 or the 2 guard to start with the top. Now I did 2 clicks, and we're going to just go right under the blade open. And if you're new to this type of system, just take your time with it. I wouldn't rush it. I won't be too fast. make sure that you're looking at the fade at different angles, because it can, you don't want to lose where you're at. And I think this is really like a safe proof system, but there can be times that you might think that you're going higher than you need to. So just take your time. Now I got the trimmer and I'm just cleaning up right under that line. And since the FX3s, you really can't zero gap them, I had to go back to the trimmer just to clean this area up. Like I just said, I did pick up the 1.5 and I'm going right under the 3 close. And I do a lot of combing down as I'm going up with the 1.5 guard, keeping that shape, just really seeing how well it works with the 3 guard. Sometimes I have to use the 2, but sometimes I can skip it. So as you see right here, y'all, it does blend well right under the 3 close. And if you have not tried that process, I do have a video on how I skip guards, and I'll show you guys that link right here if you want to check that out. And now I have the 0 guard, which I skipped the 1 guard, and I'm just flicking up, just a certain way, knowing my pressure. Once you figure out your system, then you start figuring out angles and pressure, and you'll start to understand where you can skip, and you'll start to realize that your fades can be done a lot faster and clean at the same time. So what I did to the side, I'm going to do to the back, same process. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. This is what I mean when I'm talking about knowing how to angle your clipper. And that's all I'm basically doing right here. Knowing how to angle with the 0 guard, so I don't have to pick up the 1 guard or any other guard. I might pick up the 1.5 again. I do see a little dark area, but we'll see. I might not have. And if I didn't, just put a thumbs down. Now I'm just spraying the hair down very well. Now I'm just taking section by section and then, taking off just a little bit as he desired. I believe it was like an inch or an inch and a half or something like that. I took off, and I'm just basically starting from the top and I'm going down. I'm taking small sections, and then I'll get to the parietal ridge so none of that hair will be hanging over, and it'll just be like a smooth transition. I do leave the front just a little bit longer so he can do more work with the front. Sometimes your client might like the front just a little bit longer than the back so they can have more options to style it. So like I said, I left the front just a little bit longer, but I did take off just a little bit of the excess hair because it just didn't flow right. Now I'm just doing a little bit of clipper over comb, just getting some of this area just even a little bit more blended. I thought I picked up a guard to get that area, but I did do a little bit of clipper over comb, and I turned my clipper around just to get that area. Now, I'm doing a little bit of thinning shears. Now, I do know some great barbers that don't like thinning shears at all, and you probably should never need them. But I like using them just on the parietal ridge area, not too much. But I don't know. Y'all be the judge. Y'all let me know if it was a better blend up there when I did use them or not. Let me know. Now this is Statement's shine paste that I love to use. If y'all have not used that product, I honestly will say try it. Your clients will love it. I can't keep it in the shop, so I'm just letting y'all know. I never really tell anybody what I really use, but I honestly feel like for this comb over, for this style, for the look and everything, I just wanted y'all to know what type of paste I use. The shine paste is fire and it smells amazing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now we're going to clean up the lineup, and then after that we're going to do some beard work. Now, if you have not watched any of my recent videos or my haircut tutorials, I do like to show this service of doing the hot towel. I definitely feel like it's just a great service to give to your clients, especially if you're trying to up your game or up your services. I would highly suggest that you do the hot towel service. Now I'm gonna clean this up with the razor, and we basically almost done, y'all. But just let me know what y'all think so far. Like, what is something you would have did different? What is something that you like, that idea that you think you would try? Or do you think, like, nah, bro, this could have been a lot better. Don't do nothing like this again. If so, I mean, more respect to you. All right, y'all, so this is the cut. Please let me know what you guys think of this comb over. My client, he loved it. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section, how well I did this comb over. Thank y'all for watching. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Love y'all, and God bless.
CTB, you know who it is.